Be a greedy day trader. I mean, at the end of the day, be greedy in life. Look for the best opportunities always. But with day trading, there's a secret to being a greedy day trader. And I'm going to talk about that here in this video, the idea of being a greedy day trader. Well, what's going on, guys? Patrick here, and today I want to talk about the idea, right? The idea of being a greedy day trader. Now, I know that most people say that you shouldn't be greedy, that you should take profit, that you should, be happy with what you get. But what I'm talking about today is the opposite of that. I'm talking about being greedy, about taking as much as you can get when you can get it and just taking everything for yourself. Now, before you get all excited and you write some comment down below about how this is a terrible idea, just listen, right? Just sit your little butt down in that chair and listen to what I gotta say before you go and run your mouth, right? All right, so let's talk about this. It's the idea that at the end of the day, I need to be a greedy day trader when the setup is right, and I want to be greedy on my entries, right? How many times have you entered a trade and you end up buying early, or you're like, okay, I'm gonna jump in here, and you end up jumping in, you end up committing to the trade, and then all of a sudden the stock goes lower, and then you end up getting out for a loss, and then 5 minutes later the stock is now back to where you originally planned on selling at. And I know this has happened to you. I know it has happened to you because it's happened to me. And well, I'm a trader, you're a trader, we're all traders here. But now, when I'm talking about being a greedy day trader, I'm talking about taking the best entries. Being greedy, and it's like the idea of okay, I am not going to buy. I'm not going to buy this stock until it's at the perfect spot. Now, obviously, perfect is, not always perfect, but I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to wait for the pullback. I'm going to wait for the support bounce. I'm going to wait for a good reason for me to buy. And I like to kind of go into every trade with the idea of okay, this stock's very volatile, this stock's moving up, it's moving down, it's bouncing. What am I going to do here? Am I buying the dip? Am I waiting for the dip, the pullback? Has this stock been bouncing at a certain level? Has it been showing support at a certain level? If that's happening, then I'm looking to buy at that area, and I'm going to be greedy about it. Now, another nice thing about buying the dip when you're greedy here is that if I'm waiting for the pullback, instead of just buying, at a certain area, or just being like, okay, I got FOMO, I'm going to buy now. If I'm just like, I'm going to buy right now, right? I'm going to buy right here. If I just end up buying right there and the stock pulls back another 10, 20 cents, maybe pulls back down to kind of where my stop loss is, that's 10 or 20 cents of profit, my friends. And there's obviously the vice versa. You could say, well, if you're too greedy with your entries, then you end up missing out a lot. But I will say that missing out on a trade isn't always a bad thing. If you miss out because the stock doesn't pull back, it doesn't bounce off support, it doesn't do what you need it to do to get an entry, it's not a bad thing, because at the end of the day, we're looking for the safest entries in terms of being able to buy as support and sell into resistance and things like that. We're not just trying to go all willy-nilly and just buy everywhere and anywhere. We're trying to buy at a safe area. But we're trying to be greedy because we're trying to be greedy to have patience. I think that's a good way to put it. I'm being greedy because it's also making me more patient. I'm like, okay, the stock's at $5. I really want to get like a 30-cent move here, but I'm not going to wait for the pullback, maybe down to the 480 area. That way, when the stock, if it does rebound, I'm going to get an easy 30 cents because it's going to pull back from 510 back to 480. Bam, 30 cents in the book. I'm done. I'm out of here. And the stock still hasn't even broke to a new high. So that's the secret here. The secret to being a greedy day trader. I'm going to show you a chart here just to kind of give a better example of how or what I'm doing and how I'm looking for that, that greedy entry. All right, so now we're over here looking at the chart. Here is a good example of not being a greedy day trader. So I'm not even following my own rules here. BIMI today ended up getting an okay entry here at the 490 area there. We got the pop over $5. They're up there to 510. So almost like I talked about, up there to 510, pulled back down to the 480. You can see the 9 EMA, the red line, the yellow line there, the EMAs, the VWAP way down there. But basically what I was looking for was, we got the pop over the whole dollar. I'm looking for a pullback. I'm not buying right there at $5. No way, no how. And that's what I'm looking for. The bottom of this candle was 480. So normally I'm looking for a pullback kind of at that previous bottom of candle area. So if we break through resistance, I'm looking for that pullback to the bottom of the previous candle that broke through that resistance. And yeah, you get the idea. So this pulled back to 482. So right there on the line, pulled back to 482. We got the pop up there to 520. So what did I do there? Not only was I greedy in my entry, right? I'm greedy because I wasn't just going to just buy at 501 or 508 or 505. I was like, I'm waiting for the pullback. That way I can capitalize and make more profit with less risk. So my stop loss, if I'm buying at $5, my stop loss is probably anyway at the bottom of this candle there at the 480, maybe down here at 460, but that's a real big stop loss. So I'd say probably 480 on my stop if I was buying there at 5. Now, if I'm buying here at 480 area, I can risk 20 cents, but I'm also kind of like 480 was my previous, resistance or my previous support there. So that's kind of where I would have stopped out and, mentally. So I can actually buy close to my previous idea of a stop loss. And now I can capitalize on the idea that, let's say the stock doesn't push through $5, right? It pushes back up there to 510 and it gets stuck. Now I bought there at 480 or the 490. I bought there at 490 and I can still take a little bit of profit. Even if I'm wrong about this stock going to a new high, I'm still in the green. So the worst come to worst here, I can get out for a small, very small loss, or I can get out for a very small profit, even if the stock doesn't go higher. So instead of me buying here for the anticipation of the breakout over that 510, I'm looking for the pullback. I'm being greedy. Now you can see what happened right here, right? This is a good example of that. On the 5-minute chart, really overextended there, but on the 1-minute chart, we had this little bit of a pullback. I thought we might kind of just like turn this into support there and kind of flag that way. But you can see how overextended we were on the 1-minute chart. So that was a really bad entry. Ended up getting in there right at the top of that candle, actually 553. And you can see it pulled back down here. And I kind of knew, like, okay, we've been bouncing pretty good off that support area there. That 520 was kind of previous resistance. We've got the EMAs. So I thought I was going to be okay. I have a little bit more risk than I wanted to. But you can see, if I would have been greedy here, if I would have been greedy with my entry, what would I have gotten? I would have got another 20 cents on this move. I'd got another 20 cents from 520 up there to 570. Stock is now up there to 620. So BIMI making big moves today. We also got SES this morning making moves as well. Very similar idea here. Very similar idea. Let me see if I can zoom in to where we were this morning. Ding, 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 ding. There we go. Yeah, right there. All right, so this morning, SES was watching. I was waiting for the pullback, right? I had a little position there, bought 500 shares, but I was waiting for a pullback. I was going to be greedy with the idea of this washing out. We were like, okay, there's a good chance this is going to wash out at open, and I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to buy the dip. So what am I doing here? If I'm buying there at $10, and I'm looking for the move up there to 10.80, that's 80-cent profit, all right? Maybe $1. We get to $11. But if I'm buying that washout back down to the VWAP, back, just overall being greedy here with my entry, I'm now increasing my profit. Even if the stock doesn't go to new highs, even if the stock doesn't go to the moon, I'm still capitalizing on profit because I'm being greedy. Now, obviously, SES went all the way up there to 1534 today, so I ended up walking away there, but look how nicely this pulled back down there to that support there, which was pre-market there at the 780 area, $8. And look at it from $8 up there to $15. So almost 100% move there. Almost 100% move there, basically from the open range at the bottom there, 779 up there to 1535. So being greedy is only going to make it easier for you to take profit because you're going to be in the green faster. You're not going to have to look all the time for like, okay, if I'm buying right at the breakout area, I need the stock to make a new high. I need it to go to a new high at that point. Like, let's say here, okay, let's say I'm buying in this area. Now, obviously, we got that pullback there, but let's just say, like, let's say I was like, okay, I'm going to buy the breakout over this kind of like, this kind of like thing right there. I'm like, right there, okay, the high of this candle is 1371. I'm going to wait for that 1371 to break, maybe go back over $14. We're going to break over 14 here, right? Yeah, oh, we didn't break over 14. I bought right at 14. Look at that pullback back down there to 1179. So by buying the pullback here, by buying this pullback, by being greedy with my entry, look at that. Now I'm buying down here at the maybe $12 area, and I'm getting a full push back up there to the 14s. Now, even if this stock doesn't make a new high, what's happening? I'm still being able to take profit, still being able to make money, because I'm being greedy. I'm being greedy with my entries. Now, I'm not being greedy with taking profit. Oh my gosh, this thing won't go. But I'm being greedy with my entries, and that's really what it comes down to. Today was again just kind of training for next week's battle royale. But you can see total today. Look at this thing. I love trading in the simulator sometimes because it's too easy. Sometimes it's too easy. But you can see I'm making $8,715 being greedy today on my entries. Now, obviously, my exits weren't amazing. I bought here earlier this morning at $8.50. It went all the way to $10.50. It could have been better about that. Blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, it's all about entries. Having a good entry is only going to make it that much easier to take profit at a obviously good area, but also it's just going to make you more confident in the trade. When you have a good entry, you feel good about it. It's going to make the emotions, it's going to make everything just a little bit easier. All right, so there it is. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me one big favor. Hit that like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, and all that fun stuff. Hopefully you guys learned a little bit. Hopefully you guys, maybe you didn't learn anything at all. Maybe you just thought, I don't know, maybe you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you did learn something. At the end of the day, I'm sharing with you guys my experiences over the last 3 years of day trading and what I'm going through every single day. I'm right there. I'm right there with you guys, and I'm being greedy, baby. I'm looking for the best opportunities, and that's what it comes down to. I'm being a greedy day trader. Talk to you guys later on.